Hello, I'm Mayor Cheryl Brothers. There's so much movement and changes in this past week. It's really hard to keep up. But city staff has presented a proposed balanced operating budget for the 2021 fiscal year at their study session on May 12th. The proposed budget will be available on the city website. The formal budget adoption and final budget adoption is scheduled for June 2nd at 6 p.m. at City Hall. And you can watch that online, or if you remember social distancing and wear a mask, you can attend that meeting. City Hall, the police department, and recreation center are now open to the public since Monday, May 18th, with some modifications for the safety of everyone. If city staff can assist you over the phone or by email, we continue to encourage you to use that method before coming to City Hall. If you do need to come to any city facility, you must wear a mask covering for individuals aged 2 and up. The senior center will remain closed until further notice. Parking at county and regional and wilderness parks has been open since May 16th. It's great to see more places opening up in this last week, and hopefully we will continue to see more in the coming weeks to restart our economy. But remember, to allow us to do that, you need to continue to practice social distancing and wear a mask when you're outside. Today we have our police chief, Matt Shepard, who is joining me to provide some updates from the Fountain Valley Police Department. Chief Shepard, with more places opening up, how is that impacting the police department?
Thank you, Mayor Brothers. Police Chief Matt Shepard here. I am gonna remove my mask so I can speak with you. I am at least 6 feet away from the mayor and the videographer behind this one. So what you've seen with the police department is us reacting to and providing additional services towards the current emergency directives that were brought forth from our city and from the state and the county. Know that every opportunity we have as the directives and the orders change, we're trying to get out in front of these and provide the information to the public as early and as accurately as possible. Currently, the city and the police department are working collaboratively together to make sure that we provide the greatest opportunity for success in the community. The orders that are upon us, we make sure that the message that we deliver is consistent with what is being spoken over the telephone, the information we put out over the social media and the city's website. Our code enforcement, our call takers, and our police officers are all speaking the same message to make sure that the public understands what the current issues are. So what we're seeing right now with the current orders, we're in stage 2 of the governor's orders, and that is allowing certain businesses with limited interaction with public to open up. We're looking forward to transition further into stage 2 so that we can continue moving forward as a city. We are working in conjunction with the county health officer, the state officials, the health director from the state of California, and making sure that we are providing as safe a place to operate. So you may have noticed that the police department was closed, the front lobby was closed for a few months. We have since on Monday reopened the front lobby of the police department. We are asking that if you do need assistance, you can come to the police department. But if you're sick, please stay at home. You can still contact us via telephone, via email, through social media. We will respond. But if you do come to the police department, you can come in our lobby, but you have to put a mask on. You have to make sure when you go up to the front counter that you have that mask on and comply with the physical distancing that is marked on the ground so that we can protect those that do come into our lobby.
Chief, I've heard from other cities that crimes have increased during this pandemic. Can you share some statistics in Fountain Valley?
We've seen a lot of our residents staying at home. Vehicles are parked out in front of residents and parking facilities more frequent than what they were when people were out and about. And we're seeing a spike and increase in thefts from vehicles. And what we're asking is for the public to please don't leave valuable property in your vehicles and lock your doors. That is 100% preventable. We're also seeing increased stress levels in the community, and also with the increased fiscal burden that some people are seeing. We're also seeing a spike in our thefts of motor vehicles, which has increased from 36 to 39 vehicles in a 4-month period. So although the numbers aren't significant in terms of the overall numbers, but 39 vehicles is still too much. We're asking the public, if they see something, to please say something, give us a call. We're there to respond, to take care of those needs. We're also seeing an increase in domestic calls for service, which is consistent with my other counterpart cities around the county, around the state, and also nationally. We're also seeing an increase in our commercial burglary activity, and that is possibly due to a lot of the businesses being closed. Predominantly, the increases were in our storage facilities where there was nobody present in the areas, and that activity proliferated. I'm very happy to report 0 numbers for residential burglaries. Part of that is due because people are home right now, and criminals are not being able to seize that opportunity.
With the stay-at-home orders, though, do you get calls from people or businesses about other people and businesses not in compliance with the orders? And if you do, how do your officers respond to these complaints?
So physical distancing and businesses operating out of compliance with the state and county health orders is 2 calls for service that we frequently get coming into our call centers. We're averaging anywhere between 15 to 20 of those incidents per week, and most of them are typically party related or individuals engaged in sporting activities. Where we've had very good success is providing education to persons over the telephone. Officers and code enforcement officers responding to the locations, providing education and opportunities for voluntary compliance. I'm frequently asked the question, what am I going to do when somebody violates that health directive, that state order? And my response is very simple. We're asking for the public to comply with our education, and we're seeking voluntary compliance. Every situation is different. We cannot determine what we're going to do until we actually get there. We're going to continue with the education approach because we have been successful. We have not had to issue any enforcement citations in the city of Fountain Valley because of our successful educational campaign.
Could you give us now an update on your calls regarding our homeless population, and has that changed since the stay-at-home orders?
Our homeless population has not gone away with the current emergency conditions. Although it hasn't gone away, it hasn't increased either. Looking at the calls for service for the year-to-date 2020 in comparison with 2019, we've decreased calls for service. However, in February and March, we saw an increase in calls for service from the January period, but that was more on a month-to-month basis. So we're still trending downward, but we also believe that this is because of the commercial businesses and the retail centers that are closed right now. We're not fielding those phone calls. We're continuing to educate our police officers, continuing to educate the public, and provide opportunities to give resources and services to the homeless population.
So Chief, tell me about your staffing level currently?
We're very close to full staff at the police department. We're currently authorized 64 full-time police officer positions, and we have 61 officers. We're very pleased and happy to be at the levels that we are. We worked very hard over the last few years to get to where we are, and a lot of it has to do with the Measure HH and providing for essential services for the city of Fountain Valley. So we're excited as we move forward into the future with our current staffing.
Fountain Valley is very fortunate to have a community that's taking care of each other and displaying their willingness to work together to ensure we are all doing our part to keep everyone safe. Chief, do you have any closing comments?
I'm just excited to be here in front of the camera, facing the public right now. We're making strides and moving forward in the community. We're excited to see the businesses come back in the city of Fountain Valley. I look forward to the time when we can engage in the community engagement the way that we have worked in the past. We love working with the public, and we look forward to seeing everybody. Please be safe. Know that we're not out of this yet. We're all in it together. Please wash your hands, limit touching your face. Make sure you wear your face covering at all times when you're out in the public. And the 6-foot physical distancing, it works. So please be part of the solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. This is a current update on the Riverbed Bike Trail. The closure at Garfield is the County of Orange doing repair work on that trail. We can let you know when it's open, but I suspect the fencing will come down and you'll know when it's open, but that's a county closure for construction. So a few reminders. There is no mayor's breakfast on May 21st. We'll resume those when it's possible. Please continue to do your part in reducing the spread of COVID-19. Even with the easing of stay-at-home orders, continue to limit your travel, remain 6 feet separation, wash your hands often, no group gatherings, and wear face coverings when leaving your home. I would like to close in remembrance of our dedicated planning commissioner and friend, Bill Cameron, who passed away this week. His community dedication, energy, happy face, positive attitude, community vision will be missed. Thank you, Bill. So until then, stay home, stay safe. We'll see you next time.